Hey y'all, my name is Stacy. I'm so excited to be sharing my new minion warmer with you today. I'm going to be walking through the process that I take all of my new warmers through when they come into my home. It's not a scientific process. There's no guarantee that this is the way the warmer's supposed to work or that it will work in your home. It's just the way that I test out my warmers when I first get them to make sure that I'm confident in the way that they've arrived to me within the 30-day window for the satisfaction guarantee. These guys are so adorable. I am having to make sure that I'm looking sharply at all of these little details, and I'm getting distracted by how cute their little personalities are. They all have such distinct expressions. Look at this little guy, he's so happy. Oh, but I don't see any little chips or anything, and it looks like the cord is nice. It is just a single toggle on, and one thing I really want to check is to see how bright this light is, and this is not super bright. I am really happy about that. I was wanting to make sure that the illumination that's kind of funny because they're from Illuminations, but I was wanting to make sure that they didn't illuminate so brightly that this wouldn't be a good choice for a bedroom because we do have some light sensitivities, and this is beautiful. So I really love that it's just a nice warm glow. One of the things too, I'm just kind of looking to make sure I didn't see in the instructions either. There was only that one toggle switch, so there's no way to turn the light off and have just the warmer warming. So it is a single toggle that turns the light and the warmer on. And this is a 13-watt warmer. And if I didn't say so yet, I have been collecting Scentsy warmers for about 16 years. And last year I did become an independent Scentsy consultant. I love all of these details, even in the warmer dish, with the personality of Gru on full display, his stern face with the banana shouting behind him. So cute. I do also love that the glass is encasing the painting. That's always my preference on any painted dish because I don't have to worry about the wax messing with the artistic work of the warmer dish, because it wouldn't come into direct contact with the wax, if that makes sense, because it's encased in the glass while it's sitting there. The next step for me is to watch the wax and see how it pools and what temperature it gets to, and how long it takes to get there. So the way that I do that is I use just one cube. And today I'm going to be using banana, which we have already used this in other parts of our home. And I love this fragrance. And I have no doubt that even with one cube, it is going to be fragrancing. But so my process that I just do, again, it's not scientific. It's just what I like to do to kind of get a sense of the warmer, is to melt a single wax cube. And this warmer, I have turned it on to check the light. So I do just want to take a minute and let the warmer completely cool because I want to make it as hard as possible on the wax. And I'm going to just double check and see, yep, there's a little label here that says not for food use, which typically is on most warmer dishes, and they can be a little tricky to take off. For me, I just kind of rub the corner, just pick a corner if there's one that's lifted until I can get a good grip to pull it up, and then I will grab my hand sanitizer to get all of the remaining sticky bits off of it. Hand sanitizer saves the day so many times in the wax world, I think, for a lot of us. Yay, it came off in one little piece, but you can see there's a little bit of residue there. So I am going to just reach for it and grab my hand sanitizer really quickly and just put like a little squirt onto my index fingers. Yay, it's cool. So I'm just going to put a little squirt onto my index finger and then rub it along the edge where that sticky stuff is. And I do have a damp cloth over here as well. And so as soon as I am done with that, I'm going to wipe this completely clean with the damp cloth so that there's no residue at all remaining. Yay, works so well. It's like Goo Gone, but not. It's not Goo Gone. It's hand sanitizer. So just make sure it's nice and clean. Yay! All right, that's good. It's completely cool. Yay! So I know you're probably not going to want to hang out and watch wax melt for 30 minutes. I'm certainly not. I'm going to wander around the house and do other things while the wax is pooling out and my phone is hovering over it. I can already smell this just by opening the can. It is such a good banana scent. So what I'm going to do so we can watch the wax melt and see how it pools is I'm going to leave my phone up here. I'm going to set a timer so that I can calculate the time. But from the time that you see the timer in the screen, I will speed up the film. So it should be at 5 times speed. That way we won't be sat here for 30 minutes or so watching wax melt. It's much more fun to watch it melt slightly sped up. So I do always keep track of how long it takes for a single cube to melt in a wax warmer. Although I will say that's not something that I'm looking for. For me, it's less about how long it takes the wax to melt and more how completely the wax melts and how consistent the wax temperature stays, which I know that's different from what some folks are looking for in warmers. So I just want to say that's what I'm looking for. I'm not an expert by any means, and there's no saying that this is the right way or the wrong way. It's just what I do to feel confident. Now you saw there I tested all around, including like where the wax is sitting and the wax that would obviously be much colder with my thermometer. The reason that I do that is I just like to get a sense of what the actual temperature of the dish is during all of its stages of getting to warm. For me, one of the things that I love the most about Scentsy dishes is, in my experience, they are the best that I have had at getting to their max temperature and holding it consistently. I also really am very keenly aware of making sure that the warmers that I keep and the warmers that I prefer are warmers that do not get hot anywhere but the warmer dish. I don't want anything other than the warmer dish to be the hot thing. We live in an active household. I love wax and I love warming wax, but I definitely want as low of a temperature as possible while still providing excellent performance. And one of the ways that I think Scentsy really does stand out for me in the warmers that I have tried and the ones that I keep and love, they are ones that the dish itself gets hot while the warmer and whatever decorative pieces are around it stay only warm. And that's just one of the things that I have found to be really consistent with my experience with Scentsy warmers in general. I also really love the storytelling of Scentsy warmers, particularly in licensed collections. They put in so many little details, like the wonderful ratatouille warmer that had the amazing strawberry and piece of cheese, which is the first recipe that Ratatouille put together, sitting on top of the book that projects and then Remy's inside the hat and it projects out the Eiffel Tower. It's so many beautiful details that relate to the story. So if there is a Scentsy warmer that is in your fandom, whatever your fandom is, um, I would say give it a look and give it a look in person because they tend to be beautiful. And this warmer is no exception. You can see when I focus just on the outside edge, the wax is already at 130 degrees. And this is one of the things that I am looking for. Again, I'm not an expert. This is just what I look for and what I want in a warmer is a warmer that gives me a beautiful clean melt. So the wax is melting and it's at its most solid in the center where I placed the wax. And as it melts, it's going to all become one nice consistency and there's not going to be any little leftover unmelted bits on the edge or in the center or off to the side. It's just going to be a nice consistent melt, which I love. I think this is a great performing warmer and I'm excited about that. Looks like it's going to be adorable with personality and it is also going to melt wax and throw really beautifully. I am going to try a couple of other scents just to make sure after I'm done with this because banana is just, it's a beautiful scent. I think we're going to come in right at about 22 minutes as this little wax melt dissipates. If you are interested in the Minions warmer and you don't have a consultant and you're not a consultant yourself, you can absolutely shop for it via my shop link, which is scentsagas.scentsy.us. I'm so grateful that you spent this time with me. Thank you so much for taking a look. I am going to just grab my thermometer and see what the ultimate wax pool was here, and I think it ends up right around, oh, yeah, looks like 150 or 151. As a reminder, that's just this one, it's just in my home. There are lots of factors that can impact what temperature the warmer gets in your home, including like your humidity, your environment, all of that. Have a great day, guys.